So the next box is done. This one is for Cinsa, and she wanted a custom handle. Oops. There's a tray inside that moves. That's what the noise was. But it's tilted and shaped, and it fits your hand good when you hold it, and your thumb just goes right in the little groove, so that's pretty cool. And it has oak sides, and a bottom, and a very fancy top. There's oak and some sort of yellow wood that I got out of a futon. This brown is the slide from a drawer that I took apart from a desk. More of the yellow futon wood, rosewood, yellow, brown, oak. That's easier if I show it in pieces. But yeah, the grain on that looks really good, and I used my hand plane to trim the edges before I jointed it, and then I used a clear lacquer to go over that, and that really looks good. And then on the bottom I have the same inset lid as I do on some of the boxes where it fits down over. And the way to tell which side goes which is, you can see this has a wider grain, and then there's a wider, if I hold it right, you see there's a wider grain on the lid, and then on the other side there's a much more narrow grain, and that obviously doesn't match the lid this way, so that means you know it goes on that way. Inside, she wanted a sliding tray, so I did not stain the inside. The handles are just on there with 2 screws. I did not stain the inside because I figured that'd be easier to see things. I put an oak edge piece, and then this is a piece of nice plywood, and then just oak edging with nice box joints on. I still like doing the box joints. So now that this doesn't fall everywhere, so this just has, basically I used a whole can of the Deft clear colorless lacquer on all the pieces and sides, and you can see I have that little bit, but this is the same plywood and oak and then plywood that's on the inside, so you can see how nicely that's stained up as compared to there. But the grain came out really cool. All the sides look good. The handle works really good, and now you can see, and there's cool grain in the handle too. I don't know if that's going to come off on camera. I think it does, but you can see it has a nice cool grain for that. And yeah, this way the tray goes down in. It's a little more than half, but that's plenty to be able to reach in and lift out the tray, or reach down in and grab what you need, or if you need something over here, grab it over there. I think that's going to work really good. And again, for this, you can just tell which side it goes on, like that. So yeah, the Chinese rosewood is from a coffee table I took apart. The oak sides is from a desk drawers that dresser drawers that I took apart. Again, the yellow is from a futon. That's all repurposed wood, and the plywood was just offcuts that someone was getting rid of, so It's awesome. I really like using the reusable wood that people are throwing out to make really cool things. And the nice thing about this is if she ever gets tired of the box, which I doubt she's going to get tired of the box, but if she does, as I found out from someone else, you could just hang this on your wall, and it's like a minimalist painting due to how cool the grain looks. And I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Let's see if I can get it to do it. It's hard to see in the little viewfinder, but there are lines in the yellow wood. Let's see if I can get. You can kind of see one right there. So there's very cool color lines that you can see diagonally. Yeah, some of it's coming apart, or I should say coming through, like there and there. So there's lots of details and colors and things that come out in person that the camera's probably not going to show, but needless to say, it ends up coming out very cool. Let's see if I can get it to. You can kind of see some of them right in there. But again, there's tons of little details that you can see in person that ends up making it really cool. So yeah, I really like how it came out. This is an example of the piece of wood for the yellow. It was just slats from a futon, but ends up coming out really cool. So, yep. I like this one. I think Cince is going to really like this one. And on to the next project. But yeah, it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. So that's all for this one.